What's going on, everybody? My name's Jordan, and this is my new channel, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. And yeah, so we're going to start off my first video on my channel talking about Diablo Immortal, because that's what everybody else seems to be talking about. And yeah, so we're going to talk about that and give you my viewpoints on it as a person, just like everybody else who creates these videos, has played Diablo 2 and has did it when they were young and as kids, growing up with it, dragging heavy computers around just to land with your friends. Yes, that was me. I was one of those guys too. So I feel like my opinion is pretty valid in this whole argument as well. With that being said, yeah, I guess we can go ahead and dive into the conversation. So the reason I've waited so long to do a Diablo Immortal video is for the simple fact that I wanted to see everybody else's reaction. I wanted to soak it all in. Guys like Riker, Lord Fluffy, you know, those guys that are all mentioned in all these videos. I wanted to get everybody else's opinion, and then because I love Diablo so much as a franchise, I wanted my first video to be about it, and it just so happened that, like, you know, there's all this drama from BlizzCon with the announcement of a mobile Diablo game, which years ago people joked about, and now it's here. So anyway, so I don't necessarily, just like most people, I think, who come at it with a level head, I don't look at it as a bad thing to have a mobile Diablo game. It could be fun, it could be interesting. I'm having a very hard time not wanting to, or wanting, I don't want to register for the game, but I do, because who knows, this may turn out to be something really cool. I chalk it up to this. It's something fun to do in between point A to point B. You know, you got 5 minutes to kill. I just don't understand how the whole, you know, action RPG MMO thing is gonna work with it on that kind of scale. I'm definitely interested in learning more of the story between the two, which we'll also talk about a little bit. Some of the other, one of the other canceled Diablo projects that nobody has talked about. I think I've heard mentioned once that they were coming out with it, but I don't think I can't remember who it was, but whoever mentioned that didn't realize that they had canceled this project they were working on, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But anyway, back to Diablo Immortal. So again, I don't think it's a bad thing. However, it's, again, just like what everybody else says, it's not what the fans wanted. It's not what I wanted. Is there a place for it? Sure. Cool. Yeah. But the same thing with Diablo 2 into Diablo 3 and how long everybody waited for that. I think the wait was like 12 years or something like that. And then, you know, they released what I would consider not a complete game. I was there. As a matter of fact, I think I actually bought a copy of Diablo 3 before I even had a PC that could run it. And then after I bought the game, then I went and bought the PC. So I bought a PC to play the game. With that being said, then there was the auction house and all that, you know, debacle, and then Reaper of Souls. Man, that turned the game around. That Reaper of Souls was awesome. So yeah, Reaper of Souls. I really love the introduction of the cosmetics, and the loot system got better, and it all just got better. And it made the game extremely enjoyable to play. And God, I think I had 3 level 60s, so, you know, with base game. So I spent plenty of time playing Diablo 3 base, which I didn't think was a terrible game. It was exciting to be back in that world again and see what was going on. And again, why I'm somewhat excited about a storyline between Diablo 2 and Diablo 3. Just why in this format, you know. I guess I was angry at first about the whole bit, about them doing a mobile game and being ridiculous, but just upset at the way they handled it. Like they, you know, just like everybody else, man, upset with the way they handled it. It was just wrong. It was wrong of them to do that, and if they actually thought that fans were going to be okay with this, God, who knows? I don't think they did. I think that maybe the other powers be forced this for whatever reason. And I know not everybody hates this idea, and I know people have said, hey, you know, give it a chance, or you know, all the dumb, stupid game critics that they had saying all these terrible things about misogyny and within the gaming community, and yeah, okay, well, I personally don't play mobile game or a lot of mobile games, so yeah, and I know people do, so I get it. They're, you know, cool. Let's bring new people in. I'm into that. As long as my franchise continues to exist, and as long as they continue to innovate and make new things for it, then I'm totally into it. But not just this. I mean, it's been a long time for Diablo 3. I don't know how many more seasons I can do and, you know, be okay with that game. Played it for PC, played it for console. Yeah, so I don't say I'm mad about it. I'm not upset, and I don't think people need to be angry about it. But I think that people really need to. The comments on, you know, Blizzard's site where I guess they were trying to take them down or whatever. That's the kind of stuff I think Blizzard needs to listen to. Is the people who actually are taking the time out of their day to comment and to give feedback, because they care so much about it. And I obviously care enough about it to make this video, even though there's tons and tons of videos about Diablo Immortal out there. So yeah, I hedge. There's days where I'm thinking, man, this might be kind of cool, you know, that I can point A to point B, I can, you know, play Diablo, or you know, hey, you know, I got 15 minutes to kill at work, I can jump on and, you know, do some things, whatever. Then there's days where I'm like, God, I hate this. This is stupid. Like, all I want to do is have a new Diablo game. It's been a long time as an adult. I notice the older I get, the less I want to play games, which isn't a bad thing, I don't think. But I still want to be involved in it. I love the industry. It's great. It's a cool little community where people can get together and criticize, and that's what this is about, man. I mean, as consumers, and we spend a lot of money on this stuff, and you know, these people who run these companies are making a lot of money, and I'm not saying their job's easy, but it'll be a lot easier if you listen to the fans, man. You know, and then there's the whole argument where, you know, oh, well, the fans think they know what they want, but they don't, because then we give them what they want and they get mad about that. Well, give them what they want. You know, they're going to be less mad if you give them what they're asking for and they don't end up liking it. At least you tried to give them what they wanted. So I guess that's the way I look at it. So, you know, not that anybody's going to be watching this video anyway, but, you know, hey, Blizzard, think about this, man. Like, this is important stuff, you know. You want to be able to afford nice vacations and things for your families, man. You got to listen to your fans. They're the ones who support you. So, and I think it's pretty evident. I guess there's a bunch of videos on YouTube as well about stock, Activision stock plummeting partly because of this whole, you know, Diablo Immortal thing. It's a lot of drama going on around it, but yeah, I mean, I'm somewhat excited and I'm somewhat apprehensive on this whole thing. Like, this could be great. This could be the best mobile game ever, and to be honest, I'm pretty sure it probably will be. But I mean, again, just like everybody else says, is this the platform that I want to play it on? Not necessarily. I'll play it on both PC and console, but I'll always play it on PC first. That's Diablo, man. So I don't want to beat a dead horse because, like I said, I know a lot of people have done a lot of videos on this subject and whatnot. But you know, you know, I've got some Diablo 2 footage running up here. I still play. It's a great game. I look forward to what Blizzard does next with the criticisms that they are given. I look forward to that. And hopefully, Blizzard really takes the time to look at this and say, hey, man, you know what? Maybe we should try a little bit harder and listen to the fans. It'll make your job a lot easier, I promise you that. Diablo 2 Remaster. That would be cool. Just like everybody else says, I'm into it. I mean, how many people ask for a Warcraft 3 remaster? Not that I'm not excited about that. Not that that's not cool. But I didn't ask for it. WoW Classic, that's pretty cool. I was there for, you know, base. I jumped on, like, right before, I think, Wrath of the Lich King. So there was some, you know, not base. I wasn't there for launch, but jumped on, and then first expansion. And it's been a long time since I played that game, but the classic sounds interesting. So Blizzard, you're not terrible people, man, but listen to your fans, please. We're begging at this point, and people are starting to get real mad, obviously. So don't burn your bridges, man. That's bad business. Bad business, guys. Anyway. So real quick, I'll dive into the canceled Diablo project that nobody's talking about, and it drives me nuts. Which is the Diablo 4-issue run comic that they were supposed to be coming out with. And part of me is trying to make this connection to the cancellation of this 4-issue comic book that they already had artwork for. It was already released, you know, set to come out. Then they pulled it, and somewhere along the lines, I think I heard something like they wanted to go a different direction in the storyline. So I wonder if this has something to do with the accusations of there possibly being a trailer that they were going to post, but then decided weeks later to not post or not to reveal the Diablo 4, whatever it is. And then I think Blizzard actually came out and said that, like, oh no, like, that's not true, that's not true. Who knows, whatever, man. I mean, that could be PR covering their ass. I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so part of that could be them just, like, you know, covering themselves. However, this could have something to tie into it. And I know that, like, even with Diablo 3, they had the same issue with, like, the whole, oh, we're retooling everything. We basically, we had all this ideas, and then we decided to go a different direction, and we changed it. Same thing with this whole situation. Guys, the comic book, why? Like, come on, man. Like, I love Diablo lore, and then you guys are going to go and take that from me. Like, that makes me sad. Guys, stop. Like that, I'm more angry possibly about the comic book than I am the Diablo Immortal. I was very much looking forward to having these comic books. The artwork looked awesome. Yeah, guys, come on, man. Pull it together, Blizzard. Seriously, comic book. I don't know why they would cancel the comic book, guys. Hopefully they decide to do something in more of the, you know, literature lore. As a person who's read some of the books, I haven't read all the books. I've been collecting some of the Diablo 3 comics. Kind of hard to come by. But anyway, why you cancel a comic book? I don't understand. Like I said, there might be some kind of link between the comic book and this whole pulling a trailer for Diablo 4 or whatever it is they had in the works. I don't know. Anywho, guys, I don't want to take up more of your time. So, with that being said, that's kind of how I feel about Diablo Immortal. Kind of excited about it. Kind of like, give me more. Definitely want more. Give us something, guys. Crying out for it, please. Give us something. And then why would you cancel the comic books? That makes me sad. If anybody knows anything, go ahead and comment below. If anybody has any ideas why they might have canceled the comic book, I'd love to hear your theories on it. So, yeah, guys, thank you for watching this video, and hopefully you enjoyed it, and hopefully you'll watch more. Later, guys.